Hello everyone, good morning. How are you today? We're ready for our next lesson, right? What can you remember? What can you remember from yesterday's lesson? We reviewed the present tense. That's right. What can you tell me about it? You remember some verbs, okay? Can you tell me some verbs? Can you tell me some verbs from yesterday? Okay, swim. What else? Walk. Okay, live. That's right. Live. What else? Play. Eat. Right. Anything else? Run. Okay, run. What are we doing right now? Tell me, what are we doing right now? We're learning. Okay, learn. What else? Sit. We're sitting. Sitting in the classroom. Okay. Sitting. Sit. Sorry. Sit. And I am speaking. So I speak. Right? Okay, so we have a list of verbs. They're in present, right? Now, what can you tell me about the verb to be? We learned it we learned it yesterday. Right now, I am feeling happy. I am happy right now. What can you tell me? You what? How are you feeling? You're happy too? Okay, so you are. He is. That's right. And then what about she? She is. Can you remember about the guys out there? They are, of course. And we, all of us, we are. And it. What about this? What about the board? The board, what's the color of it? The board is white, of course. So back to our other image. Now, right now, this is happening right now. We call this present, okay? This is present. This is happening right now, and right now we can say that we swim, we walk, we live, we play, we eat, we run, blah blah blah, okay? But what about yesterday? Yesterday, what did you do yesterday? You learned. Yesterday you were in the school, okay? So yesterday, let's put it in the same order. Yesterday, did you go to the pool yesterday? You went to the pool, okay? So you swam. Yesterday you swam. Do you walk to school every day? You do. Okay, so we can say that yesterday you walked to the school yesterday. Pay attention here. This one is also important. Walked. Live. Live. You lived. Has any of you been in another city, living in another city? You have. Okay, so you have lived. You lived in a different city. Play. Do you play games every day? You do. So we can say that yesterday you played video games. All of us, we eat every day. So yesterday you ate. Right? Run. Did any of you run during your free time? You did. So yesterday you ran. And we were saying a moment ago, learn. We were here yesterday. So right now we learn. Well, yesterday we learned. We were also here, so it means that we sat in the classroom. And since I was here also teaching, that means that I spoke yesterday, of course. Now, you can see some of them are different between past and present. Some others have an ed at the end. Walk, walked. So the verbs that end with ed, we call them regular verbs. And for those that change, we call them irregular verbs. Okay, we will learn more about that in the future. It's quite easy. All you have to do is just learn them. You just have to memorize, but it's quite easy. Okay, so all of these, it happened yesterday. To whatever has happened before, we call it past. Okay, so that's the difference between present and past. Now back to our verb to be. How can we say it in past? How can we use it in past? So we say I am. Yesterday I was here. And all of you were also here yesterday. Okay, he what? He was. Okay, so you already know it. You have used it before. She was. They what? Those guys out there, they were running yesterday, right? And yesterday, of course, we were also learning. And what about the board? Once again, how was the board yesterday? I just said it. Can you notice? How was the board yesterday? Okay, so this is the form for our verb to be. This is present. This is past. This is very common. So this one is also important to learn. That's the objective of this lesson, to differentiate, to know present and to know when it's past. That's the objective, and you will be using this in the future. You will be using these two every time you speak. Okay, so that's why it's important to learn them. Now we're going to read a new text. This one is called The Hat. What? No. The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss. As I read, I will be making an emphasis. I will be putting an emphasis on the verbs. So make sure you underline each one in your handouts. You have it in the handout. In the paper I gave you, you have the same text. Make sure that every time I emphasize a word, make sure you underline it. We will work on that for our next activity, in which we will figure out whether the verb is present, is in present, or if it's in past. Okay, and finally, for our next activity, we will learn some verbs. Let me find it. Where is it? Right here. We will learn some verbs using our tablet and using our app. It's called ESL Word Plus. So what are we going to do? We're going to click. We will play a memory game. We are going to click in the action verbs. Play. What's going to happen? We will find out. We will relate the image with the verb. Okay, we have swim, but the woman is singing. So where is swimming? That's walking. Swim, here it is. Swim. Okay, so that's how we are going to use our next activity. Okay, so now let's start with our reading. Let's begin with our text. All right.